Isa Funtua to Igbo, you want us to dash you the presidency? One of the strongest voices from the north, Isa Funtua, has charged Indigbo to reconsider their political strategy if they must get a chance to rule the country. Funtua was speaking on Saturday in a live show on Arise Television. He said his submission to politicians from the region was his candid way of telling them what they must do to have a shot at the highest office in the land, warning that they must not continue to do things on their own. As part of recipe for getting a fighting chance at the presidency, he asked the Southeast to take a cue from the presumed winner of the June 1993 election, late MKO Abiola, whom he said was able to defeat his rival Bashar Tofa of the then National Republican Convention, even in his native Kano state, all because he embraced everybody. He said belong, they should join the party. They want to do things on their own, and because they are Igbo, we should dash them the president. What That was the reason I said, is it turn by turn Nigeria Limited? Funtai said. You are talking of politics, which is an issue of votes. My very good friend of blessed memory, MKO Abiola, defeated Bashar Tofa in Kano. Was MKO Abiola from Kano, but he defeated Bashar in his own town, Kano. Why? Because the man played politics. He embraced everybody. If you send him an invitation for anything, if he's not there, his representative will be there and he will play his part. You cannot sit down and say because you are an Igbo man, there is no fairness. With due respect to the Igbo, they fail to understand that when the Southwest chose to remain on their own as opposition, they did not go near the power. To a large extent, the North in terms of religion and culture are closer to the Southwest than to the Southeast. When Ekweme contested for the PDP ticket, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo defeated him. I know Nigeria politics. You chose your candidates who will be able to bring votes to you to win election, not on regional basis, not on tribal basis. Is he going to be the president of the North, East, South, West, South, South, or whatever? If the Igbo want to be president, then they must belong. If you don't belong, then you can't be the president. Wow. Oh my God. What an insult. What an insult. Do you not see the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is, is going through, is going through that route he's going? Do you now see why that guy speaks with anger? Do you now see, if you are objective and if you are open-minded, do you now see the reason why that guy does not want to just give a damn? Why Nnamdi Kanu does not want to give a damn? Can you see the way the politicians in Southeast, see the way they have relegated them? There is no point. How can somebody be saying you have to belong to what? Belong to what in the first place? To join, he said that the Southwest is closer to them in religion. To join you, to join your religion, or to join you as a party, I don't just get it. Recently, Ngige said Indigbos should join APC. You can imagine that kind of this thing. Well, it's not left for them, because one thing about people is that you cannot even fight for them, because they will not even look into things thoroughly. You can't fight for them because you are saying something else, they are doing something else. Can people now relate with Nnamdi Kanu's stand? What's an insult, telling them that you want us to dash you? Who are they in the first place? Who is the person? Who was? I don't even understand. You see the reason why these people, they don't want to give them. They prefer, if whatever. Honestly, the good news is that majority of the Igbos, if that's my opinion, that is what I've already, noticed. They are not even ready. It's just the politicians and maybe few people. It's just the politicians and few other people from the Southeast are just talking about this presidency. Very large numbers of the Igbos, they are not even interested. I don't know. They are not even interested in this all these cock and bull stories. If Ngige himself could be telling his people to join APC, must you join APC before you do this thing? So when they are accusing these people of a lot of things, because this guy, this Funtua, is one of the Cabals. they've been talking about in Aso Rock. It's one of the cabals that they should join. They should join them. It should belong. The statement he made, I don't know whether you really get that they are closer. The northerners, they are closer to the southwest in terms of religion. You talk of that religion, some people will still come and argue with you that they don't even recognize them. Okay, let's even leave that. Another thing is that he was talking about Abiola, talking about Abiola. At the end of the day, what ended Abiola? What was the end of Abiola that is even making reference to? How did Abiola end? With all the gbogbo, with all the whatever, with all the trying to be closer to them, trying to be friendly with them, trying to be doing that. What was his end? Oh, second base, Joe. So is that the same way they want Igbos? They want everybody to join them. Now they are talking, the ones that are playing the politics, my goodness, even the Jagaban that is playing the politics with them, see Oshibaju, see what they are doing to what is it called? The Jagaban himself. They are making sure that he will not get it. From all indications, forget all of this diplomacy. They are making sure that guy will not get it. And people have been saying it, it's just that, coming out to be just, try to, one has to be tribalized. Because when you hear a lot of people saying some certain things, you would think that they are just talking nonsense. They are not making sense. But it is what has been playing out. You can imagine this particular man who is from the north now is telling the Igbos to play the same policies Abiola played with them. And my question is, how did Abiola end? Did they still allow him to get the position he won? They didn't. They deceived him. It's all about deceit. So telling us that you want Tofa or Basha Tofa, it's inconsequential because at the end of the day, we know how it was taken away from the surface of the earth. So what are we talking about? So if the politicians, if the Igbos politicians, if they are wise, I think they should do the needful. If they cannot do the needful, but those who have already known their secrets, that's why they don't like Nnamdi Kanu now. You see all of them coming at Nnamdi Kanu, they let him go and sit down. He's a rubbish man. He's a this and that. Because they know that this guy knows them. He knows them and he's not ready to play that rubbish politics with them. But the politicians in the southeast, they are crawling, embarrassing themselves. See the way they finish Nwondo Naya, who was talking about, is he, I forgot one of those two controversial people from the north, whether Yakansai Abi Abdullahi, what is the other man's name, that he came to his house, he was kneeling down. Nwondo was kneeling down because he wants to get presidency. And they finished him. You can imagine. The question I always ask, who are they talking? Are they talking about the politicians? Because the politicians are with them. Because you cannot tell me you don't have politicians. So they want all the Southeast to join, I don't know. Is he a northern? I don't know whether it is a northern party. Because from the way this man is talking his life, they have a northern party. Then the Southeast should join who? Must it be a one-party system? At the end of the day, they are talking about power. They are not even talking about the welfare of the people. They themselves, they feel that they know how to play the policies, see their people. Then who are you governing? Who are they representing? Are they not representing in the ideal situation? In an ideal situation, are they not supposed to be representing their people? They are there because of their people then. Because if you know that a man is wealthy, if you want to assess a man's wealth, you look at his wife, you look at his children. Because you cannot tell me that you are wealthy and your children are wayward, your children are living miserable. Your wife, cannot be presented. And of course, you'll be ashamed. So that is just exactly what is happening. They are boasting of having the power. Do you blame them? It is the same southwest, it's the same some southeast and other people from the other regions that are helping them, that are aiding them to get to where they are. Because even without other people, they cannot get there. But at the end of the day, see the kind of treatment they are about to give Tinubu himself. The same thing. The vice president, we know the role he has been playing, but at the end of the day, what is his end? What is his end? They should continue. Anybody that wants to go and be joining them, I don't know, because I don't know whether they want everybody to be Muslims or they want everybody to be begging them. I don't know, because he said they themselves, because he's from the north, they are closer, their religion is closer. Because I can see really hold on to that statement that religion is closer to them. And people will still tell you that they don't even give in, even as they think that most of them, their religion, they are closer in terms of religion. But when they get to their own, how they coordinate themselves, they don't even recognize the people's religion. They don't recognize, they believe that they are not as strong people when it comes to their religion. So what are we talking about? Those are the two things. They don't even say recognize them. The Abiola that he tried to make reference to, we know how he ended. We know how he was being treated at the end of the day. So if the Igbos, if they want to fall for this cheap blackmail, they are on their own. But the real people of the southeast, they know where they are going to, because you cannot deceive them. It is only those politicians and maybe few people from that region. That is from my own assessment. And let them continue to be begging them. And also, like I always say, there is no party, no matter how small the party is in this country, all tribes are well represented there. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? So the whole southeast, in fact, it's really, really annoying. You know, a word is enough for the wise. If they want to toe that line, good and fine for them. So if they are talking about a one Nigeria, you see why some people don't believe that. And someone is talking here from the comment section saying that that is the truth. You can't hate someone and you want him to help you achieve your aim. Did they like them? Did they love them in return? And someone say the Igbos don't hate anyone. They are just complaining of how their fellow countrymen mistreat them. In fact, the Igbos are the ones being hated by other groups, especially the Hausa, Fulani, and Yoruba. And this whole thing is that, okay, if they themselves that got the position, or the Yorubas that have been gotten the position, even take for example, even the good luck Jonathan that was the president, what did the people from that region gain? What did they gain? Because this position, I don't know where, if that is the only thing they talk about. Nobody's ready to make changes, to make things happen, to make Nigeria great. They are not talking about on how to make Nigeria great. They are not interested. It's just for them to get that position. Oh my goodness, what kind of a country is this? Honestly. And someone says, Dash, how insane and descendants are. How insane you and your descendants are. How developed or even civilized are you since you've been ruling Nigeria? Can you see? I have said it for the umpteenth time. We want self-determination and not presidency. Una know the hear word, waiting they worry una self. No, it is not waiting they worry them. Now the politicians, the so-called politicians in the southeast are the ones giving them that opportunity to be bragging. It is the same politicians, and it is the politicians in the southeast that do not want to hear word, because they are the ones who have been begging them, crawling before them. That is why Ngige can tell the Igbo people to join APC. Igbos to join APC. So it is not their fault. It is the politicians that are bringing the Igbos down. Because ordinarily, we know what an ordinary Igbo man stands for, not this presidency. Someone says, this sort of arrogance isn't acceptable. For God's sake, Nigeria doesn't belong to an individual or a certain section of the country. Nigeria belongs to Nigerians. That's just the way it is. But in the reality, that is the arrogance they have been displaying, that it really belongs to them. Someone said, the guy said the truth. There's nothing arrogant about it. Play politics of inclusiveness, period. I still disagree with people who are always saying inclusiveness. You that have been playing the politics of inclusiveness, what has it brought to Nigeria? That is the question. What has it brought? What has it benefited? What have Nigeria benefited as a whole from this nonsense inclusiveness? What have they benefited? That is the question. Even their people, what have they benefited? Have their people changed, as the standard of living of their people changed for the better? What are we talking about? Why are some people just adamant on what is not even beneficial to them? We are talking of the standard of living of people. We are talking of a good governance. We are talking of how to make Nigeria great. Yet people are talking of a policies of inclusiveness. Okay, some section of the country are not playing policies of inclusiveness. You that have been playing it, what have you brought to the table? What have you brought to change the narrative? Because if Nigeria is good today, nobody will be talking about all of those things. And the marginalization we talk about, it is in different two different areas. It's from the politicians' angle and from the masses' angle. It's when the politicians are not getting what they want, that's when they will now come back to the masses, because they know that already by default the masses are being marginalized. They will now be coming and be singing the same song. If they are not in power, they will be singing different songs. But if they are in power, they will not be able to talk. So, guys, I wouldn't want to say much things, but I would like to hear from you what you think about it. What this Funtua said, that they want to dash them Igbo. Igbos want them to dash them the presidency. Who? You want us? Who are you? You want us to dash you the presidency? Who are you? Are you the owner of Nigeria? Ha! My goodness. So, guys, let's hear your own take.